Hey guys, thanks very much for joining us. Obviously got Meg here ahead of our semi-final against the Windies tomorrow. We've got Millie here in the room, so I'll go to her first and then I'll come to you, those of you on the line. So just pop your hand up and I'll come to you shortly.
Hi Meg, firstly congratulations on making the semi-final. I was just wondering if you'd be able to provide us with an injury update after training today.
Yep, I can. Elise Perry won't play tomorrow. She's been ruled out of the semi-final, unfortunately, just ran out of time to prove her fitness. So, yeah, we'll go in without her tomorrow and we'll keep assessing her, if we are to progress in the tournament. So, unfortunate for her and the team, obviously a big blow, but we feel like we've got some good depth to be able to cover it and we're going to have to do that tomorrow.
And we saw the video of the West Indies finding out that they were going to be facing you and were in the semi-final. I'm guessing your reactions were a little more subdued.
Yeah, I think everyone was following it along in their own rooms. It was an amazing game, an amazing finish. It's sort of just, classic in terms of the way the tournament's gone. Every game's been really close. There's been lots of twists and turns right to the end. So it was an incredible finish. South Africa played extremely well and it meant we play the West Indies, which is going to be a huge challenge for us. We know they're a very dangerous team. They've shown throughout the tournament that, when they're on, they can be very hard to beat. So we're looking forward to the challenge.
And lastly from me, you've talked about the kind of rebuild and the regrowth from the 2017 semi-final loss, and you've come in as the world #1 side. You're unbeaten in the group stages. Would missing out on another final be a failure for this team?
Oh, there's no doubt that we want to win tomorrow, and I think the way we've approached every game this tournament is that it's not going to be easy, and then we're going to have to put out our best game to be able to get through and get the win, and that's how we're looking at tomorrow. We haven't really looked any further ahead than that. But yeah, there's no doubt that we want to win tomorrow. That's what we came here to do is get through the group stage and then win a semi, and that's all we're focused on at the moment, and we're looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Millie. We'll cross to those of you on Zoom now. So Ben, do you want to kick us off?
G'day, Meg. Can I ask just for a bit more info on Pez? How did she look? Would she have been right to bat but potentially not bowl? And how is she tracking for a potential, and not getting ahead of ourselves, but a potential match on Sunday?
Look, she hasn't done a lot over the past week, to be fair. She batted a little bit in the nets yesterday and felt okay, but she certainly just wasn't in a position, unfortunately, to be able to perform at the level needed tomorrow. So that was why we've made the call on that today. To be honest, we haven't looked too far ahead. We will, keep assessing her as we go if we are to progress. But the team and squad's very focused on tomorrow and making sure that we're putting out our best game, because everything else is irrelevant, to be honest. So I'm sure there's work going on in the background to try and get her up to play if we were to get through, but from a playing group perspective and coaching staff, we're just really focused on tomorrow and the players that are going to be able to go out there and perform.
Any other injury news?
Everyone else is good to go.
Okay. Can I also ask about the Windies? How hard is it to prepare to play a team that runs so hot and so cold? That they've shown their destructive best, but also sort of not been at the races in matches this tournament. And Australia obviously experienced that in the 2016 T20 final. And how does that go about, configuring your bowling attack?
Yeah, we're preparing for their best, and their best is very dangerous, and they've got a number of world-class players who can take the game away from you very quickly. So that's the way that we're looking at it. We're expecting them to come out there and play well. Not only have they got some incredible batters, but their bowling lineup is dangerous as well. Connell has been bowling extremely well up front. Hayley Matthews has shown with the new ball that she can certainly play a role. So as a group, we've been very focused on preparing for their best play and their best game, and we know and understand that we're going to have to be prepared to take some pressure from them and take a bit of heat and then push back when we need to. So it's an exciting opportunity, and I know everyone's just looking forward to getting out there.
And on that 2016 T20 final, how defining a chapter was that for your team?
That was a long time ago. To be honest, we're a very different team. It hasn't even been spoken about in different format as well. So we understand how West Indies play and what they're capable of, and we're looking forward to trying to combat that tomorrow.
Cheers, mate. Good luck.
Thank you.
Lockie?
Thanks, Lucy. Hey, Meg. Obviously, this is the first time, well, looking back through it, that this particular squad has kind of gone through an ICC group stage undefeated. You look back at 2020, where you were kind of had your backs against the wall a little bit going into that semi-final. Does it feel any different going into a semi-final knowing you're the team to beat, or does your approach change at all?
It doesn't change from our perspective. While we have been undefeated, I think we've been tested a lot through the tournament. Even in the warm-up game against New Zealand, there was a lot of learnings from that game. And in each game, we've won differently, and we've actually been in positions where we've been under pressure and had to fight our way out of it. So while we have gone through the group stage undefeated, it certainly hasn't felt like we've had it all our own way and everything's fallen into place. So I think that's sort of kept everybody on their toes, and we're very aware that, tomorrow if we don't come out and play to our potential, that it's not going to happen for us. So I sense from the group that we know we need to come out and play well, and that's the challenge for our group, is to continue to do that, because it's difficult in World Cups. World Cups are hard to win, and semi-finals are hard to win. So we're excited about the opportunity that we've got.
Obviously, with Elise out, we saw Annabelle step up in that last group stage match. That must be really heartening to see that even though you're missing someone of the calibre of Elise, that you've got young players like Annabelle ready to step up with both bat and ball.
Yep, absolutely. I thought Annabelle played extremely well last game, under pressure as well. It wasn't just an easy time to come out and bat for her, and for someone so young to be able to do that gives the group a lot of confidence. And we've spoken a lot about the depth that we've got within our squad, and I guess now we're going to be tested with it. So I guess that's what it comes down to, is new players stepping up in different situations and not relying on one or two players. So that gives me a lot of confidence. It gives the team a lot of confidence that someone like Annabelle can come into the team and make an impact straight away. So hopefully she can do it again tomorrow.
And just finally, obviously, Darcy's got a lot of plaudits for her performances this tournament, but her new ball opening partner, Megan Shoot, has been really impressive as well, maybe without the wickets she's kind of deserved. What have you made from her this tournament? Have you felt that she's been bowling at her best? Yeah,
I think Megan Shoot's been bowling extremely well. I think she's the one who sort of keeps it tight a little bit and allows us to attack from the other end. So, while she'd love to get a few more wickets, she sort of understands what her role is, and to have someone in the team who can bowl at any point in the innings is really crucial, and gives us a lot of flexibility. So she's been playing her role really well. Those wickets will come for her. I have no doubt about that. She's been hitting some really good areas. So she's a big game player, and looking forward to her contribution tomorrow.
Thanks, Meg. Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks, Lockie. Dan, we'll head to you next.
Hi, Meg. Just a question, in terms of, obviously we all know that Elise, of course, missed the semi and the final in 2020, and that was, that was obviously a hard thing to go through. I mean, I suppose, is it a challenge of leadership and captaincy that you're going to have to be, I suppose, pretty clear-eyed in terms of, whether or not she's fit to play in the final if you get that far, and I suppose have that rational discussion?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure those discussions will take place if we were to get through. They're probably already happening behind the scenes, but from my perspective and Moddy's and Rachel's perspective in terms of leadership, it's really been about focusing on tomorrow and how we're going to win that game, because if we don't win tomorrow, then it's all irrelevant. So we've done well to manage it that way. I think the group's in a really good spot. Obviously, been aware of what's been happening with the Leafs, but also very focused on their individual game and how they can contribute to the team. So we'll cross that bridge if we get there.
And just as a follow-up to that, you mentioned Annabelle. I think, obviously, Alana King has been tremendous as well in terms of stepping up into a key spin bowling role in the last little while. And those two bowlers were that sort of tandem that you used in that really tight situation in the Test match in Canberra a few weeks back. Can you just hark back to that? And, was that an important moment to learn a bit about both those bowlers under real pressure?
Yeah, absolutely. I was extremely impressed with both Alana and Annabelle in that situation. There was a lot of pressure and heaps happening in that game, and for them to step up and bowl so well and hold their nerve, gave me a lot of confidence, and no doubt gave them and the team confidence too. So, this is a whole new kettle of fish, really, a semi-final of a World Cup. It's win or go home, so there's plenty on the line, but I have full confidence in those players and all bowlers and players within the team that we can hold our nerve under pressure and perform the skills that we need to at the time when we need to, because that's what it's about. There'll be times when the teams are under the pump and it'll happen tomorrow, and we've got to make sure we're calm and composed and really hold our nerve, and I back us to do that.
Thank you.
And LJ, we'll go last ones from you.
Yeah, thanks, Meg. Can I just get a word on Darcy Brown? Looked like she was absolutely steaming in the nets yesterday at training.
I caught the brunt of that, I think. A couple of short balls, which were pretty well directed, which was pretty exciting, to be honest. I wasn't loving it at the time, but I sort of thought to myself that this is great for the team. So, yeah, Darcy's been great. She runs in, bowls fast, and she's a wicket taker. She's an X factor for us, and we've seen in this tournament that taking wickets up front is really important. So, she's fit and firing. She's ready to go, and I'm excited to see her go out there and play tomorrow.
Yeah, how important could she be against the Windies, knowing she didn't play against them earlier in the tournament?
Yeah, I think she'll play a pivotal role. Pez obviously bowled well against the Windies last time, so that sort of bowling does sort of lend itself to some early wickets if you can get it in the right areas. I think that's the key. These wickets have been pretty good, but if you do get it in the right areas, then there is a little bit there for the bowlers. So, that's the challenge, I guess, for Darcy, is to use that pace and sort of energy that she's got in the right way. And if she gets it in the right area, then I'm sure she'll get a breakthrough for us.
Great. Thank you, Meg.
Thanks.
Sorry, we'll go very last one, just on COVID protocol timings. So Vinayak, last one from you, please.
Thank you. Good luck for the semi-final, Meg. My question to you is just about Wellington itself, the venue. What have you been learning about the venue so far? You learned pretty late that you're going to be playing here, and you've been here for a while. So just your learnings about this venue so far, and have you looked back at the West Indies match, and what have you looked at and tried to improve from there?
So we do know the venue quite well, which I guess is a good thing. The wind obviously plays a big part in both sort of batting and bowling, in terms of bowlers, which end they're coming from, and batting, just understanding where the areas are to hit the ball. So, we feel like we've got some really good knowledge there, and even in the wicket as well. It's a fresh wicket tomorrow, so we've played on a few of those over the tournament as well. So we feel like we've got a good handle on what the conditions might be if we bat first or bowl first. So that's a good thing. But as I said before, it's still about trying to find those good areas or setting up the platform with the bat to make sure that we're exploiting those conditions and making the most of them. So. And then in terms of the West Indies, we've looked back at the game that we played against them and them throughout the tournament as well. So, as I said, they've got a very strong batting lineup with some real game breakers who can take the game away from you pretty quick. But it's, on the other hand, I think their bowling lineup's been extremely good as well, and under pressure they've performed and been able to hold their nerve in some tight situations. So. We've had a good look at them. We feel like we've got a good game plan, and we're also very clear on what we want to do. So now it's just about going out there and executing it, and we're excited to do that.
Perfect. Thanks very much, guys. Sorry, we have to wrap it up there, but thanks for joining us. We'll chat to you all very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.